What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today, Zer is on Nessus up in the Watcher's Grave. He's hanging out in this kookaburra tree, just waiting for you to buy some stuff for him. And he's got some pretty good stuff, excluding the weapon of the week, which is the Prospector. Prospector is a damn shame because it's an absolutely gorgeous weapon, and the synergy on the perks should work good. It just doesn't. It's not powerful enough, and it's not reliable enough. So the perk Excavation is hold, the fire button to fire grenades, release to detonate all live grenades simultaneously. And then on top of that, it's also got a full auto trigger system. So while you're holding down the trigger, you'll continually fire your full magazine of 8. So theoretically, what you do is you fire all 8 of your grenades at a target, and then you release them all, and it just does this big chunk of damage, and there's just explosions everywhere. But in reality, it just doesn't feel that powerful, and it's kind of hard to, keep all the grenades from bouncing around and, centered on your target. It just ends up being a little bit more trouble than it's worth, and there's legendary grenade launchers that are just more reliable and more fun, similar to something like the play of the game, which I've really come to enjoy over the last couple of weeks. So this one's a tough one to recommend. It does look absolutely gorgeous. Of course, if you want to complete an exotic collection, you probably want to pick this up. But in use, it never feels like the right weapon to use, and using an exotic slot, it never feels like it's the way to go. The armor, though, this week is really good. So we're going to start off with the Hunter. We got the Faux Tracer helmet. The main perk here is Relentless Tracker. Visually marks targeted enemies, and then also on top of that, deals more damage to low health marked enemies. So in PvP, this thing is really useful because if you get into a gunfight and your target kind of runs away, your opponent runs away, he's marked. You can see him. It's got a little red crosshair over him, and when you go chasing him, you can come around the corner and know exactly where he is. You can even pre-fire as you're coming around the corner and just mow him down before he even knows where you are. This is really effective if you're, if you jump around the corner so you're in the air, so he can't just be aiming at the floor at the corner, waiting for you to come around the corner. Really useful in PvP, and occasionally doing damage to low health marked enemies can actually kill a person faster in the Crucible, depending on how much armor they have and depending on the weapon you're using. But on occasion, it does actually give you an increased time to kill in the Crucible. In PvE, you're less worried about visually marking targeted enemies and more interested in doing extra damage to low health enemies. What this does is against strike bosses or against yellow health bar enemies or against raid bosses, it's just going to start allowing you to do more damage as you get their health bar toward the bottom. And in critical situations, that can make all the difference. This is a really great helmet. Definitely pick this up if you haven't already. Next up, for the Titans, another great helmet. This one kind of has flown under the radar, but I really like it. It's an insurmountable skull fort. The main perk is Transfusion Matrix. Kills with arc melee abilities trigger health regeneration and restore melee energy. So it does two things. And it's really centered around the shoulder charge. So imagine this. You use your shoulder charge. It immediately triggers your health regeneration and restores your melee energy. So you already have another shoulder charge. If you like shoulder charging things, this is the way to go. Of course, it only works on your Striker Titan. But man, it is really fun. I enjoy the shoulder charge tremendously, both for PvE and PvP. It's great for mobility because it really allows you to kind of jet around the map and make these really sharp corners and sharp turns while you're in the air. It's a really nice, use for mobility. And it also can be really surprising in PvP. People don't expect to see it anymore. It's not like in Destiny 1 where it was a one-shot kill. But if you're chasing down a weak enemy or if you surprise an enemy from behind, you can shoulder charge them, then finish them off with, a weapon or melees or whatever you want to do. But it's a really nice thing to have always charged, and this is going to always keep it charged. And when you kill somebody with it, it's going to trigger your health regeneration, which of course is very useful because health regeneration is just always an issue in Destiny 2. So I highly recommend this for PvP and PvE. PvE, actually, the shoulder charge is pretty useful because, you know, it does kind of this area of effect thing, and, you know, for taking out mobs, it can be really fun, but when you actually use it to get a kill, you don't have it for a while, and you miss it for the mobility purposes. So I really like this helmet. It looks cool. It does cool stuff. Definitely pick this one up for your Titan. And finally, for the Warlock, we got the Eye of Another World. The main perk here is Cerebral Uplink. Highlights priority targets and improves the regeneration speed of your grenade, your melee, and your rift abilities. In PvP and PvE, this thing is amazing. It's completely passive. All it's doing is sitting there and just making your grenades and your melees and your rifts recharge faster so you could use them more often. It is a absolute top tier helmet, in my opinion. It's just wonderful because you don't have to worry about anything. It's just always working for you. I really like this helmet on my Warlock. It's class independent, so it doesn't matter which your favorite class is on your Warlock or your subclass on your Warlock. It doesn't matter. It's always working for you, and it's completely passive. You just don't have to worry about it. It's a really, really nice helmet. Definitely pick this one up. Try it out on your Warlock. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm dead. How'd I die? Damn it. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.